So, in a recent episode that I did about how religion uses four major disruptors to siphon the life force energy of Black women, I talked about how religion uses silencing, struggle, survival, and self-sacrifice. Well, in this video, I want to talk more about the silencing part that religion has used. Now, silencing can also refer to how you use your throat chakra, whether you even use your throat chakra or not. Okay. Why is this important for us to talk about? Because when you were having your religious experience, you learned how to silence your expression. You were told that the very essence of you was not necessary. The very essence of you did not fit into societal standards. Okay? And part of that, adopting that story, adopting that lie, it caused you to be afraid to even speak your own desire, to even be afraid to speak what you want out of your life. So you silenced all that. You silenced your own dreams. You silenced your own way that you wanted to live in the world. Because religion said, no, you're not allowed to be open about that. You're not allowed to be fully expressed. Okay. So when we talk about that silencing programming, we have to reconnect with the power of our word, with the creative power, creation power of our own word. Why is it important to know this? Why is it important for us to do this? Because this reconnects us with the creative power that is natural to us, that is natural to our bloodline, that is natural in our lineage, because our ancient Black mothers were the original creatrix. They were the original creators. They held the original oracle, the original word. They were the oracle. Other civilizations listen to your Black ancient mothers for their wisdom, for their mysteries, for their prophecies. And that was from their word. They used their throat chakra. They allowed their throat chakra to bring about cosmic order, to bring about wisdom, to bring about magic, power, abundance, prosperity. You hold the same power. That energy did not go away. That identity that you carry is still there. So now here in 2025 or whatever year it is, hello to the future, whatever year it is when you're watching this video, that still stands today. So what can you do to reconnect with the power of your throat chakra? First, even if you're hearing this and you're saying your mind is still trying to wrap itself around the notion that you have power in your word, even if your brain is saying, well, I don't believe that. Just the fact that you're open to the possibility of the power of your word, just that right there, just that shift, that small shift. And I won't even say small shift, just that shift right there, that incremental shift, that is enough for you to activate your cells, to activate that power to say, okay, now body, nervous system, this is how we are to be expressed now. We are on a different timeline where we know that our words now create things. That's all it takes is just that shift. You just being open to the possibility that your words carry that much weight. So that's the first thing. Also, I'll give you an example. The second thing that you want to do is be in the practice of shifting how you speak about everything. About everything. So recently I held an Ascension workshop, okay? And in this workshop, we talked about how religion caused us to silence our expression. And one of the attendees said, or typed in, I should say, that it was something about the way that they said how they wanted to step into this identity, and how they used a word, an adjective. I think it was slowly. They slowly wanted to step in, or they were trying to step in. And I said, okay, stop right here. Because this is where we have to be intentional about our words. Do you want to slowly step into this power, this identity, or do you want to be in it now? That's an example that I'm using for this to illustrate this. So before you say something, think about what you actually desire and say that. Sometimes we hold ourselves back from saying the things that we really desire because our mind goes to, well, that can't happen, or that's unrealistic, or no, you've never seen anyone do that, blah, blah, blah. How do you think it's going to happen? Whatever, where are you going to get the money? Whatever, whatever. No, you pause and you stop and you say, okay, what do I actually want to happen? What do I desire to happen? How do I desire to exist? Let's use an example with money. We often see messages that say, or, people putting out videos and content that say, oh, I can show you how to make money chase you, or do you want money to chase you? No, why would you want money to chase you? That would imply that you're running from it. So no, you don't want money to chase you. Money is here, existing in abundance in your life. You are money. You are a money multiplier because you carry currency. You are currency because you have water flowing in your body. You are the majority of your body, of our bodies, is water. Water is a catalyst. Water is a current, and it flows. That's how money flows in your life right now. We're not running from money. Money is not chasing us. Money is here. And it exists wherever we are. Money is. Money is because we are. Money is abundant because I am abundant. Money is abundant in my life because I am abundant. Money matches my nature, and my nature is abundant. So you have to start practicing how you speak about everything. It could be, and this is when you have to start to integrate these things into your daily life. We're not talking about something that's just out there somewhere. Your magic, your spirituality is about integration. This ancient wisdom that we have that flows within us, it is designed for us to integrate it into our current physical reality right now. We can use that wisdom to usurp our physical reality, to make our physical reality conform to what we say, conform to our expression, to conform to our identity. So if it comes to, for example, say you're going to a dinner, okay? And what you want is to have good communication. What you want is to have good food, good conversation, good drinks, good environment, an easeful environment, a fun time. You speak that. You don't say, oh, I hope the food is good when I go here. This restaurant is new. I hope the food is good. I hope that, I'm not bored. If you don't want the food to be nasty and you don't want to be bored, do not let that come out of your mouth in any type of way. You say exactly what you want. Here's another example when it comes to the weather. Now, this might rock some of you a little bit, but your energy influences the weather. Your energy, your essence influences the weather because you are connected to the cosmos. You are connected to nature. The four major elements that exist in nature exist within you. And you can use that to your advantage. The way you use that to your advantage is by the way that you speak. If you decide, you wake up and say, I want this day. I want to go out. I want to take walks. I want this day to be full of sunshine. I want the weather to be calming against my skin. I want the sun to be calming against my skin. I want there to be a cool breeze, a nice breeze. Yes, you can speak that. All right. No one has ever told you that, but yes, you carry that type of power. That is what I'm talking about. And you practice, you get into that practice by just infusing it into every single part of your life. When you want a cup of coffee, good coffee, strong coffee, however you want that coffee to be, you want the smell, the aroma of the coffee beans to wake up your senses, to put you in a place of abundance and prosperity. You can speak that desire. Get into the practice of being intentional about what you say. This is a part of you awakening your divine rhythm. This is a part of your divine rhythm. By getting back into your creation power, there is power in your word. Period. All right. And to take this further, to take your practice further, to dwell in that identity, to dwell and embrace that, I have created my new membership, which I'm excited about. It's called Unleashed Alchemy Ascension. And it is for Black women who are navigating their lives after religion. It is for you if you are ready to ascend and to embrace your identity as a spiritual powerhouse that creates with your word. All right. You're ready to ascend into this identity that has been a part of you. You're ready to reclaim your life force energy. You're ready to walk in your spiritual gifts with confidence. You're ready to be able to speak about your spirituality with confidence, without fear. You're ready to reclaim your sovereignty. This membership is for you. In this membership, there will be live webinars, live workshops where we do a deep dive again into your creation power, using your body and your word. We do a deep dive into nervous system recalibration, into you reclaiming your identity. Okay. You'll have access, because it is attached to a community, you'll have access to other Black women like yourself so that you are not in this alone. This type of sacred space is something that I wish I would have had when I left church and left religion. I had to figure all this stuff out on my own, and it would take me 2 decades, all right, to really experience the freedom that I knew was for me. Doesn't have to take you that long at all. This is not a long process. Can it be challenging? Can it feel challenging? Yes. However, inside the membership, I show you how to alchemize the feelings of challenge, the feelings of difficulty to use to your benefit. And I show you how to use that energy to be a catalyst to your ascension. And your ascension, and your ascension, and your ascension. Ascension is not a destination. It's continual. It's continual growth. Okay. And as you see your internal expand, of course, your external conforms and expands as well. All right. So enrollment closes for the membership November 29th. All right. At 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. So get in now before the membership closes. I will not be opening this up to the public again until April 2026. Right now for this first enrollment, because this is a new membership, you get the early founders price, which is $37 a month, or you can do a yearly plan, which is $370 a year. So you get 2 months free. As long as your membership stays active, you'll always come in at that price, even when I increase the price in April, when I open the doors again. So secure your spot. And also, our first live session is going to be November 29th inside of the membership, November 29th at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time, where we're going to start with our deep dive on nervous system recalibration, all right, which is so essential to really freeing yourself and freeing your body from religious dogma, okay? Because you cannot leave through the mind. This is complete. You're freeing your mind, body, and soul, and it takes nervous system recalibration to do that. All right. So to join, the link is in the description box of this episode. I look forward to seeing you inside of the membership.